You ain't so tough with that bad boy talk.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy talk. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
Yo, what's poppin', people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I do hope you're doing well, mate. Really do hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea news and match preview, because there's so many stories regarding Chelsea at the moment. Of course, Enzo Maresca's dropped a bit of a bombshell in his pre-match press conference. We know we've recalled Ansel Mino. There's silly season talking about Kel Palmer and Nkunku. And we're going to get into all of that today. Finish off with a match preview because Chelsea are playing Crystal Palace this weekend. It's going to be a wicked video, so thank you for joining me. Thank you for supporting the content. As always, you can do so really easily simply by liking the video and subscribing. Hey, only subscribe if you want to, but if you choose to, hit the bell notifications icon and just relax and take a moment and listen to this. New year, new us. A big thank you to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. Surfshark is a virtual private network provider which offers the modern internet man and woman so much. As we cruise into 2025, we want to keep ourselves protected, and virtual private networks can do that by moving your internet's location identity elsewhere, which will help keep you protected from those naughty data pirates and all the mean people out there on the internet that have bad intentions. Also, it means you can browse privately, which is great. Surfshark has loads of different servers in loads of different countries. And actually, Surfshark offers so much more than protection. It unlocks entertainment. Surfshark's ability to move your identity's location elsewhere means you can unlock previously locked entertainment, videos and such that you weren't previously able to see. But now you've teleported to that place, you're of course allowed to watch it. Thanks, Surfshark. It's not about just one individual video here or there either. It's streaming services, which is absolutely incredible. Your available media libraries on streaming services may be limited. You might be debilitated, but utilizing Surfshark's VPN service, you can unlock a whole new world. Oh, wow, I friggin' nailed that. And guys, if you use my link, surfshark.com/football, you can get an additional 4 months free. Simply click the link in the description to go check it out now. Do yourselves the favor. Oh, yeah, do go check it out, man. Awesome opportunity. Look, lots to get into today, guys. I am going to start, and look, massive disclaimer. Also, what do you think of the frame? Brought it back. Yeah? There's all sorts of stuff, right, that asset, like media bits that I've used on the channel. There you go. It just did a little thing there. Hey? Remember there's a Stamford Bridge studio? Snap. Here I am. Hey? It's just so many memories. I mean, it needs work. This studio needs work. The desk needs work, but, you know, it's all here. This is what we want, though. This is nice, bright, and clear. Look, we have so many stories to get through today. Big stuff on defenders. Aaron Anselmino's return from loan. We're going to speak about that a little bit. Disclaimer: this story I'm going to talk about, it is 1000% bullshit, right? It's coming from Fichajes, Spanish publication, which they always come out with the sensational headlines, but they always, I mean, Muggins here is talking about it, but I'm talking about it just because it exists, right? And so many aggregators and people, it's just so much in the search engine optimization of Google, Chelsea news. These guys pop up everywhere. Why? Have they ever got a big sensational story right? What they're saying is, PSG, and this is translated from Spanish, this was published yesterday afternoon. PSG go all out for Cole Palmer. Yeah, PSG, who no longer buy Galacticos. PSG, who are all about, I mean, to be honest, he'd probably fit into the young, hard-working player that are talented. But they no longer want us doing the Messi, Neymar, and Mbappes. And I'm going to read a little bit of this, right? Okay. Cole Palmer has become the centre of attention in the Premier League thanks to his excellent performances with Chelsea. The young English talent has not only dazzled with his technical ability and vision of the game, but he's also caught the attention of European football giants, among them PSG. Apparently, they are willing to put an astronomical offer of 200 million euros on the table to sign the player. The Parisian board sees Palmer as a key piece to continue strengthening their sporting project. Yeah, I bet. That's kind of annoying, that frame. Should we get rid of it? I'll see what you guys say in the comments, because every time I switch, it's going to friggin' do that. Look, Chelsea aren't selling Cole Palmer to PSG. Also, why would Cole Palmer want to go to PSG? Like, why? He's clearly not, like, massively motivated by money, even though he's been incrementally rewarded at Chelsea for his good performances. But he is learning Spanish, which made me very, very nervous, because he might want to join Real Madrid, because that's just what happens. You could be in a really good team. You could be Trent Alexander-Arnold, going to win the Premier League and playing for your boyhood club, and still want to F off to Real Madrid. Like, Eden Hazard was a Chelsea icon, legend. Still wanted to go to Real Madrid. So, Cole Palmer, I mean, he never moved out of Manchester before he came to Chelsea in London. So, I think he's not going to... Firstly, I'm not going to spend too much airtime speaking about this because it's nonsense. But, of course, Cole Palmer being amazing, 2 or 3 clubs in world football might talk about him now and again. Like, we're better than Chelsea. We can take their best player. They'll be thinking that. With Chelsea's, I personally, right now, think Cole Palmer is darn nearly priceless. Not because you could say his player value might be 150 million to 200 million euros. So say 200 million euros, Chelsea would sell him for that money because it's insane money for a single human. But I think he's priceless because of the, and dare I say, vibes and aura. Brand Palmer, everyone takes the mick out of him, but it's wicked. Like, his demeanor, his chilled out, like, you know, whatever kind of style. That's made Chelsea quite cool. That's made Chelsea interesting. Obviously, he's got, like, the Morgan Rogers ice cold celebration that he's now trademarking. That's huge. Brand stuff, trademarking. All that stuff together, he's priceless. That's kind of what I wanted to talk about. He ain't going anywhere. He's on a life sentence at Chelsea. But that friggin' publication at it again, mate. Chatting stuff. Alright. Okay, so look. There's a story on Team Talk about Christopher Nkunku as well. That Barcelona are looking at him because they are unable to register Dani Olmo. Now, here it is. What I don't understand, guys, is if you don't have the money or capacity to register Dani Olmo, then why are you going to be able to do it with Christopher Nkunku? Do you know what I mean? Barcelona have already made it known that Nkunku... Barcelona has already made it known that Nkunku is considered one of the best backup options if the problems with Olmo cannot be fixed. Importantly, important developments are expected in the coming days, linked with the situation of the Spanish player. Of course, it's an absolute, like, mad joke. Just too many overlays. Yeah, they are a circus, bro. With the levers and everything. Don't go to Barcelona because 2 things might happen. One, you might literally not get paid. That's happened with a few players, and they had to like write off some wages, some of the legends, and some other players were like, where's my money? Or 2, you won't even get friggin' registered. So Nkunku, you think you have problems now at Chelsea? I get it. Nkunku wants to leave Chelsea, probably, yeah? Because for all the reasons we've talked about for weeks/months now. Fine. And Barcelona are Barcelona. Will he go in January? I don't know. Certainly, not without a... I don't know, I just can't see it happening. Unless Chelsea buy another striker, because I don't see them turning to Mark Gu for this other high-profile option. Now... But let's talk about defenders then, because of course Aaron Anselmino, I'm not going to share screen, you don't need to see it. Chelsea have written this. The Argentine defender joined the Blues from Boca in August, after recalling him, penning a long-term deal before heading back to La Bombonera on a loan spell to continue his development. Aaron made 18 appearances for Boca across all competitions at his loan spell, and has become a regular in the backline. Welcome back to Chelsea, Aaron. He has been recalled now. Since, in today's press conference, Enzo Maresca has dropped the bombshell that both Wesley Fofana and Benoit Badiashile are going to be out for, quote, a long time. At least the end of February. I would not be surprised if with Wesley, he says Wesley might even need surgery again. He says Benoit doesn't. But this is bad. And this is bad because Benoit Badiashile was earning back a little bit of trust with Chelsea fans. And Wesley Fofana has been projected as the future, right? The player to partner Levi. I'm a big fan of him, as you know. I was very excited when we signed him. Very, very disappointing. You know, it's the holy trinity of immense talent, but disappointment with injuries in Lavia, James, and Fofana. If you have all three of them, like they could all start in Chelsea's strongest 11. Of course, we've got Levi, Colwill, and Tosin. Good, you know, but Disasi after recent performances. I think Chelsea might buy a centre back, and certainly he also confirms the recall of Aaron Anselmino is to look at him, right? Is to look at him and to consider him as a Chelsea first team player. So I guess Conference League, FA Cup, who knows if he's really good by the end of the season. Premier League. Really, really interesting. I doubt Aaron Anselmino speaks English, but rather appropriately, our manager, Enzo Maresca, speaks Spanish as well as Italian and English. So he could probably speak to him and coach him in Spanish. Aaron Anselmino is still a teenager. I think he's like 19 years old. He became a starter for Boca towards the end of his time there before we recalled him. He's very, very good. He's the right profile. He's already putting in good displays, and he's projected to become a really great player. So, yeah, he could be the one, but also Chelsea could buy a centre-back. Now, a little bit more news before we switch over to the match preview. This article here on Give Me Sport is talking about how Chelsea could look to buy Marc Guéhi. Back, of course, we sold him. Blues have an opportunity to win the race for Guéhi, okay? It was like £75 million they wanted last summer to Newcastle, Crystal Palace. He actually left Chelsea to go to Crystal Palace for £18.18 million, which actually seemed pretty good after his Swansea time, was it? Was it straight from Swansea? Still, it seemed like a lot of money for the player at the time, but Chelsea you'd have to say 50 million quid. Like, even if it's not 75. Newcastle had a succession of bids worth up to £65 million rejected. 65 rejected by Crystal Palace. Of course, they lost Anderson at the back. It's tough. I mean, I don't see them selling in this month, January, because they'd be mental to do so. Of course, we're playing them, Crystal Palace, tomorrow, and Chalobah can't play. Now, Chalobah has been playing well for them, scoring goals. He sort of started a bit worryingly. He's got a few mistakes in him, but he settled and looked a lot better to the point where we're missing him because we're watching Disasi play. Now, I do wonder if a deal can be done, again, part exchange deal in the summer where they buy Trevoh Chalobah because he's a starting back free player for them at the moment. If we give them 30 million quid in Chalobah to get Guéhi back, this is like a something to speculate on for the future, but it'd be interesting to see how he performs for the rest of the season. Marc Guéhi, and I mean, he's a great player. He's possibly like an England starter at the moment, isn't he? Like him and John Stones. So maybe we'll see what happens there as the story develops. Now let's talk about the game then. So Crystal Palace had a win last time out. They've had some shaky form at the beginning of this season, but Ebe Eze got on the score sheet and won Trevoh Chalobah, of course, which is a really, really important goal. 2-1 win at home to Southampton, who have got a new manager themselves, of course. So, of course, Chalobah won't be able to play because he's been loaned by us. We're his parent club. So they'll have someone else that comes in. I don't know what go he is if he's injured. I know he'll be returning back for this game, apparently. Sod's friggin' law. It always happens. Good players there. You know, like, I look at Ismail Assar, really talented. Eze, of course, Mateta in form is terrifying. Wing-backs, counter-attacks. And if Eze's starting to find his groove, it's dangerous, man. Like, it just is dangerous. I can't take any team lightly. I know we've got an amazing record against Crystal Palace. home and away, but we had an amazing record against Fulham at home. And we lost, so there can't be any complacency. The thing is about Chelsea this season, they've been exciting and fun. They are exciting and fun. But also, they are young and they are vulnerable. So any team could beat us. Ipswich can beat us. Their first Premier League home win since 25 years, whatever it was, gifted by Chelsea. So any team can beat Chelsea, and Palace can too. These players can, especially if Mark's coming back. He'll be motivated. I know Eddie Nketiah's been a while since he's been at Chelsea, but he'll feel motivated should he play. So who's going to play in Chelsea's team? Well, we know Fofana's out, Badiashiel's out, Reece James is probably not ready to start. We know Lavia is not quite ready to play, to be in the squad, but he's training with the team now. So with all that in mind, let's build a lineup together. Let's start with Rob Sanchez in goal. I mean, we know exactly who's the centre-back partnership is going to be. It's going to be Colwill and it's going to be Tosin, yeah? And to be honest, Cucurella has to be. I mean, it'd be very interesting if a Renato Vega spawns out of nowhere. And of course, it's going to be Gusto. It has to be Gusto. Failing that, it has to be Joshua Chiampong. Just because we know what managers are like, there's a chance Disasi could just appear again and upset a lot of Chelsea fans, yeah? But when managers have an idea and they feel like players work and they want to stick to their idea, and they'll be like, oh, that back pass, it doesn't represent who he is as a player, whatever. So there is a chance he will play Disasi at right back. But it strikes fear into my heart, and I bloody hope it doesn't happen. Cole Palmer, let's just put his normal card in there. Will play, of course, and so will Nico Jackson. I do not want to see Nkunku starting. He looks disinterested. He hasn't taken his chance recently. Jackson is the guy. He's got a good link up with all these guys. I think it's going to be Neto on his favoured right-hand side, and I think Sancho will be on the left-hand side, which makes it pretty easy to complete this lineup because the men in form in the midfield will continue. Enzo Fernandez will be there as well. Strong lineup. Of course, we can see substitute appearances from... Who could we see substitute appearances from? Possibly Reece James, which would be interesting. I guess he'll feel obligated to throw Nkunku on. I'd like to see... I just want to see Joao Felix. I think he can do it. I've not looked at Joao Felix and been like, he's rubbish, get him off. I've seen moments and I think he's good. I'm not going to write him off. So I wouldn't mind seeing him come on. I'd much rather see Joao Felix on the left wing than Nkunku. I'd tell you that for free, mate. And obviously Noni Madueke would probably make an appearance. And yeah, man, it's going to be tough because it's just Chelsea trying to find form again. Winless in 3. Only scoring 1 goal in that time against Fulham. We need to get back. I mean, if we don't win this, it will be like Chelsea are in trouble. Are they going to get in top 4? This is like after those 3 results, so much hangs in the balance with this one game. And I don't want to put pressure on the guys. And then the manager would say that's not the case, but I feel like that's the case, certainly in media narrative. So huge. Palace under Glasner at the moment, they are jumping on teams a bit more. They did it to Arsenal. They got slapped up 5-1 or something, but they created a lot of chances, and I think maybe the scoreline flattered Arsenal. They will jump on us. They will look at what Fulham did, even Ipswich to a degree, and they won't do low block. So it's up to us. We'll have the space to play. It's not like, oh, we can't break down a low block and score. I don't think that's going to be the issue. The issue is going to be, can you play well in your attack? I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet just because they'll be risky. Palace and they'll score, and Eze and Mateta and Ismail Assar, they're all good players. I think they're good for a goal at home. I'm going to go for a 2-1 away Chelsea win, all 3 points, and I will absolutely rip your hand off for that at the moment, considering our form. I will take it and run. But let me know what you think. Scorelines, predictions, lineup predictions, reactions to the news stories I've spoken about. Leave your comments down below. Do go check out Surfshark, guys, if you're yet to do it. Link in the top of the description. Go get yourself a VPN if you're yet to get one, or upgrade. And I hope to see you guys back here very, very soon. Peace.